Hi everyone, I wanted to record this video instead of writing this all down. Sometimes people just want to listen. It's the end of the day, they're tired. Scrolling through Facebook, sometimes it's hard to read paragraph after paragraph. So, what I want to talk to you about tonight is why Tim's charity that he's running for the 2016 Boston Marathon is so near and dear to my heart. It goes back to 2013, the Boston Marathon. That was my very first marathon that I ever ran. I was prepared for it. I was running with the Hopkinton Running Club at the time, and I trained very hard, weekend after weekend, long run after long run, with my very dear friend and pretty much family member, Danielle Compton. So we got to the starting line. It was April 15th of 2013. I can't forget that day. It was beautiful. Everyone was talking to everyone else. Everyone was so friendly. The atmosphere was just amazing. I couldn't believe I was there. I felt like I could just pinch myself. I didn't think that this was actually real. So I finally got going on my journey, and I had the most amazing day. I was high-fiving little kids. I saw my family at the halfway mark. We made sure that we made a plan to have them be on the left side. The right-hand side, where my brother and Leanne had lived at the time. So I met them at their house at mile 10 or 11, and then if by any chance that they could make it to the finish line, I would look for them on the right-hand side on Boylston Street. So this was our plan. I remember going through Heartbreak Hill, BC area. I remember seeing mile 23, mile 24, mile 25. I have less than a mile to go. My adrenaline is running. It's pumping. My endorphins are just screaming. I am so excited that the finishes are almost there, and I'm going to finish my very first marathon ever. Something that I never thought I could ever do. Coming from not being a runner at all in 2012 to doing a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, and then a full marathon in 2013. I was ecstatic. I remember going a little bit past Fenway, and this man named Paul, who I met that very first day, I met that morning for the first time in my Hopkinton Running Club, saw me and goes, "Michelle, the race is over. You can stop running." And I was like, "Really? The finish line isn't here. I don't understand what you mean." At the time, I couldn't comprehend why it was stopping, why my feet did not cross that finish line on Boylston Street, right near the Boston Public Library. I had no idea, and so I just couldn't stop. I kept going. I said, well, maybe another route would take us, and that's what I heard. I heard that they were going to divert us a different way just so we can finish our marathon. But of course, that wasn't the case. I didn't realize the severity of what was happening at the time. Luckily, I was running with my phone. A woman next to me was crying and begging to use my phone, and I said, "Sure, you can certainly use my phone." So as she was using my phone, everything was unfolding before my very eyes of what was happening. She was crying on the phone to her daughter, saying that she was okay, and making sure her daughter was fine. Her daughter was okay. She was at the finish line waiting for her mother to cross. And then I heard there were bombs. Well, okay, I thought maybe, something small like a trash can bomb or, kids joke around, although it's not a place and time to ever joke around, as we know. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, whatever. Not the severity it was, not the reasoning behind it, none of that. And then I'm freaking out a little bit because I know that my family could have been at the finish line. I knew that when my brother ran, I believe it was back in 2009, it was so difficult to get to the finish line. So I figured, they're probably not there. So anyways, I was trying to text them, I was trying to call them, nothing was going through at the time. I was trying to use my cell phone. My battery was being drained. I don't know where Danielle is. She's a couple miles back. So anyways, I finally get a hold of my family. My brother said that they're okay, that they were in the Prudential Center. So they actually did get to the finish line. They were across the street from the second bomb that went off. This is like insane to me that we had the plan for them to be on the right-hand side. If they had been on the left-hand side, who knows what would have happened. As we know, people lost their lives, even small children like Martin Richard. Many people were injured. Many people had shrapnel in their body. A lot of people can't walk anymore. A lot of people had surgery after surgery after surgery. And some people will just never be the same, whether it's physical, emotional, or any of the above. So here lies my first marathon, and this is how it happens. I didn't finish. I did not get to finish because of the act of terror. I did not get to finish because of the Tsarnaev brothers. It's not about me, though. It's about those who were victims of this. I mean, I do also think that I am also a victim because it did affect me mentally. However, I do not have the physical wounds to show anything of it. I did not see what happened. I didn't see the aftermath. I didn't see the blood in the street. I didn't see what my family saw. My mother lost hearing in her ear from this tragedy. My sister-in-law was not the same for weeks or months, and I don't even know if there's a loud explosion, she might, not be the same ever since. And, my brother was trying to be the hero, and it's kind of, you put yourself in that situation and you never know how you're going to act. It's kind of the fight or flight. So, good news is my family was not wounded severely physically, and I'm very thankful for that. But like I said, many people were. Some people can't walk, as I said. Some people were able to get artificial legs and were able to walk again, able to run again. For many rehabilitation sessions, and especially thanks to Spalding, who played a big part in many people's recoveries. So here I am talking about this because Tim is running his very first marathon in 2016, and I am so proud of him. I'm so proud of him for many ways, especially running for Rise Above Paralysis. We are running for those people who cannot run. We are running for those people that may still race, but by other means, by a wheelchair. These people, when you are newly paralyzed or a paraplegic, it has to take a huge emotional toll on you. And Rise Above Paralysis allows you to be partnered with a mentor that could also be paralyzed as well, and how to deal with the emotions, how to deal with the struggle. Because you do need someone, and you need to know that you're not alone. So every single day when I lace up my running shoes, I think back to the 2013 Boston Marathon. I think back to those who can no longer run. I am running for you. I continue to run. This is why I'm so passionate about running. And if you could just help us in any way by spreading the word or giving a donation to Rise Above Paralysis for Tim's marathon charity, I and Tim and I would be greatly appreciated. We thank you all for all of your donations so far. Let's keep it going, and let's give those with paralysis some hope, some healing, and a future. Thanks for listening. Take care.